Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Rita Lee's video blog. I'm Mary Sky, also known as Krabby McCoffee. If you're new to the channel, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, like button. If you're a comerbacker, welcome. A lot of people have been asking me about the comerbacker thing in email. Turns out, that was one of Fanny's specials. Unfortunately, from what I understand, Fanny passed away February 12th, which is sad for all of us, you know. So today I'm going to be talking about something important. Okay, I got a couple things to talk about. Prepping is one of them. All you preppers out there have been emailing me saying, "Oh, the end of the world's coming. The end of the world's coming." No, the end of the world is not coming. Fortunately, Mother Fanny, as you all know, is no one's posted yet. Comments are still coming in, but there's nothing that's saying. I'm hoping someone posts. Let's see, sort by newest first. So apparently Mother Fanny passed away on apparently February 12th. So, but a lot of people sit there and they email me and they're, other issues. And then we have the big ball of wax today. Somebody emailed me and they asked me about how I can get rid of the my my banner or my signature in my email. Every time I send an email out, it shows my Federation starship. A lot of people complain about that, but we're not here to talk about my Federation starship. No, we're here to talk about the news. All right, and what's going on in the world over coffee. Now, I'm one of those people today that I'm kind of like lagging, okay? I'm running a little out of gas, okay? It could be those, my body is feeling non energized because uh, I don't have milk, so I'm using chocolate syrup in my coffee. It could be other answers. But, anyways, I just want to reply to Tildor first of all. Tildor says maybe when Chloe moves into cardboard Boxville, so he can move in, he can split expenses down the middle. Sorry, manager and I've already talked. No one's going to be living with me or moving in with me. Flat out right. I want to be left alone. All right, two. He says, well, to save money, I've decided to move in with Rita. You ain't going to be moving in with me, sir or lady. Manager will basically boot you, and I'm not going to let anyone be put on my lease. Better have room in the fridge for my beer and plenty of chew on hand. Well, let's just say my chew was pinched this morning by Chloe again. Higgins can move in as well. He's got his own house, and I don't need three people in a two-bedroom. During tough times, we have to pool our resources, and Rita's a good cook and will take care of us. I'm not taking care of anyone, okay? I'm tired of taking care of people. Matter of fact, if I make it to Christmas, it's going to be lucky with everyone putting stress on me. I mean, doesn't anyone ever feel or even consider to feel what I'm feeling in my heart? Let me tell you what I'm feeling this morning. I'm feeling like lethargic, okay? I woke up this morning. Yeah. Someone emailed me and said something about my hair, the other day. Oh, your hair is so gorgeous. Thanks. So, there's a lot to digest this morning, all right? It's Saturday, okay? And I want to. So, look at this. Look at this. This is where you got to look at the hair. And then run your finger through it like this. Hold, grit your teeth. And then you pull. See? Look at this. This is what I got to deal with at times. I mean, literally, I woke up this morning, right? Someone said to me, when are you going to get your hair trimmed? All right, I had a lady ask me that the other day. She says, oh, your hair is so gorgeous. When are you going to get your hair trimmed? So I said, well, when Chloe leaves. See, look at this. This is what I was dealing with, see? Literally. Tangles up at times. And then you gotta untangle it. I remember sometimes my husband would give me a bob cut. I mean, literally. I mean, what? Yeah, you see? My hair is gray. Haven't you noticed that? It's all gray. You can't even see any of its natural color anymore. The other day I was talking to someone. Someone said to me, how can you embrace gray? Simple. I can. Because that's all I have. You know? And they're like, but you're not even 50 years old. Well, stress is killing me. That's the thing. You can tell a person by their stress if their natural hair turns gray. I'm not even 45 years old, everyone, and I'm. Look at that. Gray. Yeah. So, anyways, Kildor said plenty of chew and whatever. Yeah. Rita will cook. Yeah, well, I'm a good cook, but I ain't cooking for people and I want to be left alone. Which brings me to the latest news article. Okay. So this morning, people have been emailing me saying stuff and stupid stuff, and I was like, nope, not going to buy it. I used to buy into the news on April 1st, but I gave up on a long time ago. A lot of people, a lot of people hear all these news articles, plays jokes and stuff. To me, ain't going to happen, right? So this morning I woke up, right? I want to tell you a whole story, okay? It'll take a while, but I think you might find this, it gleams some hope, and if my head moderator, head commentator, Tildor posts, it'll be worthwhile. So last night, I'm minding my own business, and Chloe comes in with 3 rolls of toilet paper, paper towels, and Chloe's panicked and looking for a can of dip, right? So she was looking for some money to get a can of dip. Now, I keep some money on hand in case of an emergency for dip, right? So, tell you the story of what happened. So, Chloe turns around, and she's panicked. So, I grabbed stuff from the safe. By the way, this coffee is a little hotter than usual because I'm using a metal-lined coffee cup. These travel mugs my husband got for free. Desert Sun Dental out of Quincy, Washington. I wonder if they're still in business. Oh, well. So, anyways, let me tell you the story about what happened last night, okay? I'm going to try to do it in a way that doesn't upset anyone, okay? So, I was minding my own business. Chloe comes to me, right? Chloe comes to me and she says, oh my God, did you hear what happened? I said, no, I don't go outside. I'm not allowed. So Chloe said, well, it's our friend Trish. What about Trish? Hold on one sec. Excuse me for a sec. Thank you for waiting, my friend. So, are you ready for the story? Because the story is interesting. Is there any spit juice in here? Yes. All right, give me 1 second. Okay, are we ready? Because I think you guys are going to find this to be an interesting morning, okay? So I get up this morning. Hey, Ebes, no food for you. I'm so hungry. Look, we got Mama Pee-wee's food still available, sealed. We'll just give you some of that. Ready for the story? I know Tildore's probably cracked a beer watching me. He's probably saying, let's get to the story. So this morning, or last night, I should say, I watched a couple movies last night with Chloe. Told Chloe to get off her lazy ass and get her room clean. Starting to smell. Manager's starting to complain about it, but manager. So here's what I want to tell you. Okay, so I want to tell you from how I. So if I misconstrue this, then I'm sorry. I'm hoping I don't miscommunicate the story wrong. Okay, but here's how it goes. Okay, so last night I swore I heard the neighbor on the scanner, right? And then Chloe was coming back with paper towels and toilet paper, and she says, "Guess what? I saw our neighbor. Her name is Trisha. Trishy, and she's a sweetheart." And Chloe tells me there was a restraining order put on her by our apartment manager. All right, we ain't gonna go into whose legal name is who. It's not my job. My job is just to tell you the facts. Okay. So she gets a restraining order, right? So she's you know. So from what I understand from my my apparently the apartment manager, one of the things is you could try tracking me down on YouTube, and yet unless you know my email address or my YouTube channel, you ain't gonna find it. I'm like so small. I'm out there. I'm so small. I'm not out there. So, it's a little bit of a, you know. But anyways, so manager. But I'm gonna talk about both parties, okay, without giving legal names or anything. Okay. So let's just say instead of calling, like I was watching a movie last night, Gussie, I'm gonna say Trishy instead of Trish, all right? So Trishy gets this letter. And she tells Chloe she's gonna call me. Okay, so it was like 3.5 hour phone call, right? So I'm trying to explain to her my point of view. Okay, I don't have all the facts. Okay, and every time I talk to her, she's got this. Oh well, I did this and I did that. Oh, we'll get to it tomorrow or something, right? But then she never brings up the information like, what did you do? How did you light a fire under 18 people, for example? We're just going to choose a random number, and so it's long and complicated. And then when I ask, I tell her yesterday out of love, you're hanging me in suspense. You're sitting there dangling the carrot and telling me this great story, and then you don't tell the rest of it. I mean, Zoe would never basically dangle the carrot, make me wait 2-3 days or a week or 3 weeks for, right? So she says to me, the manager, this is from her point of view, the manager claims that she's afraid for her safety. Maybe the manager is afraid. See, I was analyzing this last night while watching the movie 42. I fell asleep at 61, so I got 61 in the babe to watch today. I like baseball movies. So I'm sitting there minding my own business. And I'm thinking to myself, I spent 3.5 hours. I tried to explain to her time and time again, certain things the manager have said. I mean, I'm not going to renege that the manager was walking up the stairs and said, the boss listens to me, but I'm the one with most of the power that can make or break a reasonable accommodation. So I give the reasonable accommodation recommendation. The boss chooses, yes, Usually it goes through, we're done. I have more power that way, right? But so the point I'm making is, okay, right? And Tildor, if you're watching this, you can comment if you wish. I talked to a lawyer this morning. The lawyer, basically, my lawyer, I keep retained, said that if she's going to be going and asking me for a statement of what the manager said, that's not going to be relevant to her case. I mean, literally, what is relevant is, she basically's got all this documents, right? All right, from Trishy's side. Okay, now Trishy, I told her, I will gladly, quote unquote, defend Trishy if I have all the facts. That's the thing. If I don't get the facts, I can't write up a report based on what I know because there's so many, that's the thing. I'm not going to go and perjure myself or corrupt myself in court when there is no facts. I mean, look, I could go to the manager Monday morning when I pay the rent and say, hey, but I won't. I'm just saying I could go there and say, hey, I'm getting pushed to do this or do that. The manager's going to basically be mad because now I'm going to her with a problem being like, look, I'm being harassed basically by because, or which it isn't harassment currently. It's just, please help me. Fortunately, the problem also is how many people out there in the world's going to basically be how many people out there, are literally going to look at it from my point of view, okay? I was put on notice the other day. Oh, I know all about you and not really. And then this comes up, right? This comes up. I mean, literally, right? So who's, I need to find out what it means anyways. Let me see. All right, so while my coffee is cooling. All right, so basically, I'm just looking up some laws real quick, right? So she's got one lady basically working on the law side of things, right? Saying, oh, they're digging up all this info. That's great and dandy, But to me, I want facts. If I don't get facts in my email, I don't get facts anywhere, then how am I supposed to write a report, right? And on the other side, my lawyer says before you even put your hand in the honey pot or the hornet's nest, you better have all the facts. And my lawyer says the faster the facts that come in, the faster he can look them over. So the faster he can advise me, because I retain him monthly, takes money out of my money every month. If you guys didn't know, just in case. So he turned around and said, look, before you go and do anything, I want to see the facts myself too, because if I'm going to basically have you jeopardizing your housing for this person, then this person, let's break down the entire thing, what's going on. So basically, there's these people, right? So, so last night, I want to get to the story, okay? So last night, I went to online to look up the lady that. So here's how the story works, okay? Tildor, if you're listening to this story, you're probably thinking, stay out of it, right? I'm trying, but I need all the facts, okay? So, anyways, it goes like this. So, for like 18 plus months, there's a neighbor. We're gonna call her neighbor criminal neighbor, okay, criminal. She turns around, right? And someone tells me she's got like 500 charges against her. Oh yeah, she's got 500 charges against her and all this, right? Finally, last night, I tell my neighbor, a sweetheart, Trishy, give me her name. I'm going to pull it up. So I pull it up. What do I get? Nothing. Zilch. Negative. Nothing. Zilchy. Nothing. All right, so I pull it up. Like 3 charges. Neighbor next door, restraining order and child support and 2 criminal trespasses. That's it, right? And they're like, oh, new charges are being pressed. Well, if there is new charges, they did give a new case number, right? But so far, this lady's got like 3 outstanding such and such. She had a warrant and all this, right? That doesn't, so what the neighbor, Trishy's doing, okay, from what I gathered, okay, love everyone here. Love your neighbors yourself. Is, from what I gather, I'm not going to misconstrue this, is the lady above is a thief. All right, apparently above Trishy's unit, there's a lady that's a thief. Apparently, from what I understand, the security cameras in the parking lot don't work. Apparently, that's not true. Apparently, I've heard rumors that the manager has kept an eye on things like how come you take your trash out like once every 3 weeks? And in bulk, she says you must be living garbage. Actually, we rotate the bags out. When 2 bags fill, we take them out, change bags out, okay? Then it was like, how come you're recycling so much recycling, stuff like that, right? But then the manager says, quote unquote, to supposedly law enforcement or Trishy, cameras don't work, so you can't get a criminal, right? The criminal cameras don't work. This camera doesn't work out, right? So Trish is doing her civil duty. I'm going to say this. I'm proud of Trish. Her civil duty for what is right. But the question is, and I'm going to break down the entire thing, okay? So she goes and she's been fighting for like 18 months. Neighbors basically got fire hazard inspections, managers looking the other way, supposedly for this neighbor playing favorites. The problem is no one knows the truth, okay? And then I want to know the whole story about this whole, the manager did this and then we lit a fire under these people's asses and, but they left it and she left it hanging. So I was like, okay, well, when she delivered the notice, Chloe found out about it and I was like, oh, so I looked it up. Fortunately, I wanted to know the facts, right? The facts aren't there, okay? All I've been asked to do is write a letter, okay? Let's just break down the letters soon. So the facts are, apparently the neighbor upstairs and this criminal who's got like two state of Washington verse yada 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 for criminal trespass, breaking and entering B&A, which supposedly is credit card fraud, identity theft, yada yada yada. It's only coming from one person, okay? I don't have the secondary person's name, and I don't have, So Chloe, of course, is telling everyone the manager's evicted her, and doesn't want to leave. Trishy is giving the manager no warning that Chloe can go and testify for Trishy in court, okay? Basically saying I went in there and the manager evicted me because of my temper. Literally give me a warning, just threw me out, right? See, that's the thing that Trish wants, and Chloe's going to give. Me, on the other hand, she wants me as a minister to break my minister's oath until I have complete concrete facts breaking the oath to say what the manager said. Well, let's see. When I was in the office, we were talking about firearms. Is it a crime to talk about the Second Amendment? No. Goes to court. Is it a crime to talk about wanting, say, an M60 assault rifle? No. It's like, oh, those are cool, Or a Glock or a Desert Eagle. I brought up the Desert Eagle, the 50 cal, I think it was in her office, that the Israeli army uses. And you don't think I know about weapons. Really? We talked about other things, right? I thought it was odd that the manager is going to be an advocate for me, right? She had me and Gail advocate for. We signed papers saying she'd advocate for me too. Now everyone thinks the manager has an agenda. Well, let's just say the problem is the facts are this, okay? Cameras don't work, okay? The cameras don't work. Then apparently by the beautiful Trish's manager's hiding and protecting the criminal. Fortunately, the manager turned around and told me outright she's protecting me because the cameras don't show me, quote unquote, leaving my apartment except once every 3 to 6 weeks to get the mail or once to go to a therapist appointment. So they're thinking, which is semi-true, that I'm being held hostage. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, look, I have health issues. You think I want to get another strain of the coronavirus? No. But my point is I'm basically trying to stay neutral. But I can't stay neutral if I don't have. I can stay neutral if I don't have all the facts. That's the thing. Now, the manager didn't give me her side of the story, okay? Now, I already know the manager's side of the story, okay? The manager basically leaked it in little tidbits to me when she was by herself in my apartment doing my inspection. We were shooting the shit, okay? She said, and I quote, "My bosses think I'm doing a damn good job if I have enemies. It means I'm doing my job proper." And yet, the same day, she spent all day, instead of being at the doctor's office, she went to a place and got a restraining order. Plain and simple. Do I care? Well, yes, I do. Why? Because it doesn't make sense. Now, here's where it doesn't make sense, and this is where I was telling Tricia. The manager leaked it that there's people out there trying to get her fired. She told me this outright. I said, and I quote, "Well, that's between you and whoever else. I don't want to be involved. Okay, I just want to be left alone. Okay, I got movies, I got videos, I got books to read, but I will only get involved as a minister if the facts and if justice, if one party was unjust. That's the thing. Fortunately, so far, there is no facts. That's the thing. I've asked for the facts. I mean, talking about firearms and other things, big deal. Second Amendment shall not be infringed. Talking about the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. But from Trish's point of view, okay, I'm going to back Trishi here. The manager is supposedly, Trish's opinion, is afraid. Maybe the manager is, maybe the manager isn't. Apparently, what Trish's been doing is sending emails. Trish told me this. I already knew this ahead of time. That's why I stayed out of it, right? She was emailing people, like an excerpt, like a couple people were railroaded and discriminated against. So the facts are this, okay, for Chloe going to the manager, supposedly, or going for Trish's side, let's just say. Did Chloe get evicted? Yes. Was it a self-eviction? Yes. She could basically testify. It becomes public knowledge. That's fine. Did Chloe snap and tell the manager to fuck off? Yes. Did the manager come here and force her to sign the paper? Yes. The manager would have to explain the whole situation from her side. And if she does, the courts could say, oh, well, you're doing your job. Or they could say, Chloe's also putting in, apparently in the report, where is the the 10-day comply or vacate notices. We never got any. The manager apparently told me and Gail that she was protecting me, and she knows it's Chloe's fault. Yeah, that is completely fact. Do you think Gail's going to sign? And Gail's employees are going to sign? Let me put it this way, okay? I didn't tell this to Trishy because I love Trishy as a person. You know, Trishy's cool. But has anyone ever considered the timing? I got emails basically saying that Chloe wasn't being researched by Advocate 3. Okay. Advocate 3 is sitting right now on the warm beaches in Belize. Okay. Then she's going to go to the warm beaches of Texas on her way home and come back like May. Okay, May. Like May. Now, why? So even if my witness Gail testified, Gail won't. Would Advocate 3 do it? Advocate 4 won't. Advocate 3 won't. Advocate 3's out of town. Is that a convenience? Maybe. Maybe not. The thing is you got to take it as a grain of salt. For me, I think it's just magically she left during a time. Why? Because the manager, in my opinion, was working with Advocate 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I get Advocate 4, while Advocate 2 is busy and Advocate 3 is gone. So think about it. I get an advocate who doesn't even contact me back, promises me in front of the manager she'll email me after the inspection, never does. Then I leave 3 voicemails, doesn't answer, too busy. The people are too busy, right? Too busy. Why? Because they know what's coming down the pipe. Yeah. So what happens? Let's just go from, again, facts. So apparently the cameras don't work. And Sister Trishy, we'll call her Sister Trishy, had her car keyed and apparently car tires slashed, supposedly. Okay. But there was not, didn't show who did it because the cameras don't work. Yet, I was told cameras work because of the garbage incident. It's my word against the manager's. Manager was by herself, so you can't use that in court anyways. It's hearsay. Even Higgins would say it's hearsay. And yet she tells me she's protecting me. Again, that's hearsay. Even if I put it in writing, it's her word against mine. So my lawyer and my father-in-law said only get involved if you have the concrete facts. All right. Facts are, so what Sister Trish has to prove is there's the manager protecting a criminal. Maybe. What's the connection? Don't know. Is it drugs? Possibly. Is it, but with Trishy is not realizing anything with a supposed anti-harassment order. That is just one nail in the coffin to get rid of Trishy and her daughter, supposedly. Okay. The only one emailing headquarters, the management company, is Trishy. You don't see the other 2 advocates emailing because the other 2 advocates are smart enough to support Sister Trishy, but they're not willing to give up their home, right? Chloe could turn around and put in her statement she's giving Trishy that the manager is making me get a reasonable accommodation for my 2-bed, but the guy upstairs, another tenant, and another tenant all get rubber stamped to keep their place because it was given to them before there was a housing crisis. But every year, apparently, you got to be recertified. So how is the state paying for people that live in a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom for one person? Now, I jumped through the legal hoops properly, and yet I get the reasonable accommodation. Yet, to them, they don't understand that at the time there was plenty of openings. Now there's no openings. There's a housing crisis. So I follow the rules, right? Manager came in here. What is she was looking for? Fire hazards. Table. Well, let's just show the table. See? The table, I got to clear that food pile thing there, but you see that? I had to move the table about 4 inches, right? I had to move the bed about 8 inches. I had to move my desk about 10 inches. My office, I've been using again. Why? Because that's what the manager gave us the comply or vacate notice for, was fire hazards. The only fire hazards that are fire hazard is clothes room. And yet, the manager checked the power box and found out the power is turned off to the heaters in the bedrooms. I can heat the bedrooms up with the doors open, with the heater on that wall, this wall, and that wall, and still be nice and toasty. Now think about it. Will the manager check also the refrigerator? She asked how old it was. 5 years old. Could that be used in court? No, because she said 5 years old. The seal's failing. She asked if I use chemicals. No, I don't use chemicals in my refrigerator because I don't want my food to taste like chemicals. She agreed, but she also made some concessions on a few other things that I won't talk about, right? I'm willing to comply with everything to keep my housing. I also told the manager flat out, right, when she told me outright that there's someone trying to get her canned and fired. I said, I don't want to be part of it. I told Dad and my lawyer, I'll only get involved if I have the facts from both sides and I can make my own judgment. No facts yet. But thing is Trishy right? Well, if we got a criminal in the building supposedly stealing, apparently, for what I understand, the manager's a lying, manipulative con artist. Protecting a criminal who may be providing drugs to the manager. It's all hearsay. I can't go into court and write a document stating, the manager said, oh, I'm the one that can give a good report for the reasonable accommodation, and the manager and her bosses will listen. That was true. Thing is does that give leeway in a court of law? I mean, Trishy turned around and told me, instead of going towards what was it? Let me look online real quick so I can actually not misconstrue. All right. So apparently, there's juvenile court, district court, and superior court. Apparently, the district court gives the restraining orders, but apparently she's got to address everything in superior court. Okay. So what she's done is, apparently, all the manager supposedly has is the emails where Sister Trishy was doing her job, proud of her, by saying, look, we got a criminal here that's broken into tenants' apartments while the people are away, fire hazards and drug use and everything else, broke down everything that she knows, put it in emails, and sent it off to the higher-ups over the manager's head. But while she sent it to the higher-ups, the owner and the owner's family, who manages the management company, she also sent carbon copies or CCs to the manager. Now, from what I understand, the manager is afraid that she's going to lose her job because of Sister Trishy. So she claims this is harassment. Maybe not. Has anyone ever thought that the management company told her to file this? Now, Trishy claims, okay, this is facts again, she's not had any problems with the management company for like 15 years. And all of a sudden, trouble starts brewing with this troublemaker. Then she talks about how she wants, that other people were evicted illegally in our meth head neighbors next door. So in the end, again, it's all hearsay. So unless the manager comes up with the complaints. Shows everything from her side, but she could. It's like to me, what Trish has to sell is, was she harassing? And my lawyer said, what? She's got to sell the judge, sell the bill of sales, easy terms for her. Was she harassing? No. In my opinion, if she was doing her job properly and she was carbon copying everything that she was sending off to headquarters, she was letting the manager know, here's your copy too, because I'm leaving a paper trail, which is legal. But the manager thinks this is harassment because, whatever. Manager already spilled the beans a bit in my place when she said someone, hates me. There could be other people that hate her, and we don't know. But are they going to go extremes? No. Trish is defending her housing rights by having one advocate of hers, friend, pull up the housing laws, going line by line and breaking down the lease, putting it in PDF files, sending it off to the higher ups. That's fine. But thing is there unjust here? Maybe. This is why it's got to go to court. But unless I have the complete, concrete facts, I can't stand and sit here. I can't write a report by Friday if I don't have the facts. That's the truth. The truth hurts. The truth hurts because, the manager, is she protecting me? Well, she said she's protecting me, protecting $6 million in assets, and she senses that I am in a abusive family relationship with Chloe. Chloe's mom's already admitted abuse because Chloe's mom's been abused and Chloe's verbal. I mean, I asked the manager. Chloe offered to go to a mental hospital and get medicated. The manager said nope. Yeah. When I said this is Chloe's idea. No. She signed herself off the lease because of her bad behavior. And it gets out of court and the judge asks for a recess and asks for the complaints and she won't provide them, then that's where Sister Trish has got the manager by the balls. No offense, manager doesn't have balls because it's a woman, but you get the idea. The thing is you have to make sell this case. And right now, the way I see it is, unless I have all the facts, and I could sit here for hours upon hours reading everything that Trish has accumulated so I can make a judgment, I can only speculate. All I see is last night after I sat down with Chloe's going to write the letter anyway. She says, I don't care. What do I got to lose, right? Me? I can't write anything until I have concrete facts. It's like my lawyer said, don't get involved until you know the facts because you don't want to piss off the manager. Well, I don't know the facts. That's the thing. I have no facts. I don't have any facts. All I know is manager is protecting her job. Well, the manager is entitled to protect her job. Now, if it comes out, Trish has to sell, Sister Trish has to sell, was it harassment? I don't see it that way. If I was the judge, I'd be like, it's not harassment to go higher up to make your complaints heard. Plain and simple. That's the truth. The truth is in the pudding. As the gold truth nuggets in the pudding. And that is, if you're going to have the facts have to tell the truth. Plain and simple. I mean, I see it as the manager can basically use this if she gets approved to kick Trish out. Because, Trish, in her opinion, is problematic. Trish is doing her job. I mean, look. But, from my point of view, and Tildor would probably agree with me, so would Mama Pee-wee, so would Zoe, so would Higgins. Higgins the other day emailed me saying, oh my God, I saw Chloe snap. Threatening a restraining order against me out of anger because she thinks I'm with the manager. I'm not with the manager. All I want is to live at peace, okay? Blood pressure's through the roof, okay? And yet, let me say the other parts of the story and the facts, okay? Facts. If Advocate, let's just say Trish Advocate, we'll do a name of Trish's Advocate, Sister Trish's Advocate, Advocate 2 and Advocate, or Advocate 1 and Advocate 2. Advocate 2 is pulling up everything she can, laws, doing everything she can to help with this case. I don't know where Advocate 2 comes in, in this. Because as I told Sister Trish, as a detective investigating things, like Sherlock Holmes, you got to ask yourself, is there a mole relaying messages to the manager? Maybe. Could be this guy upstairs, could be the new guys there, could be that. Sister Trish didn't realize that there's no one living in the unit next door to me. That way. It's empty. No one's coming, no one's going. Guy looked at the place. He had a golden retriever. He didn't move in. Yet the manager claims the place is taken. And yet, there's facts right there. Yeah, certain things disturb me, as I was telling Sister Trish. One is, the manager does have supposedly agenda for me. What is it? Lawyer said, what if the manager is truly genuine? Genuine. I've lived in subsidized housing since 2005. I've only had like 2 or 3 complaints against me, and that was mostly because of things that happened to me with my husband alive. Otherwise, most of the complaints were against Chloe. So if Chloe's the problem, they get rid of the problem, tenancy saved. But when you only have partial facts, I even have partial facts, I'll admit that. I know the manager's side of the story to a point. I know Sister Trish's side of the story to a point. I know Chloe's side of the story to a point. As a prepper, you have to prep for all scenarios and situations. Prepping isn't just about prepping for nuclear war, civil war, banking collapse, a power grid failure. It's about prepping for all situations, good and bad. The good Lord's with me. The question is, how can you sell a case like this if you don't have all the facts? If I had all the facts, I could basically probably bring it to my lawyer like he asked me to, and then he can guide me and guide Trish to make a solid case. But I don't have the evidence. As I told Sister Trish is innocent till proven guilty. The manager is innocent till proven guilty. Donald Trump is innocent till proven guilty. We can't just sit there and say everyone's guilty. I mean, literally. And so, to me, I'm waiting to see what comes down the pipe. That's the truth. And I want the facts, the 100% concrete facts. I want to make my own decision. If there is a case, I will defend Trish. If there's not a case, I will stand back and let Chloe defend Trish, Sister Trish, because Chloe's got more doesn't have anything to lose, but Chloe could probably get her reinstated because of Chloe signed that under duress. But that's as far as it can go. Point being is, as a prepper, you must have all the facts before you write. So, so basically, the facts are the facts are the facts, and then, she, like, for example, Sister Trish, I love her dearly as a person. I won't give you all the details, but she messaged me saying that she won't be bullied. Well, I wouldn't be bullied either. I'm not going to be bullied unless we can make this case completely or not. I'm not going to be bullied in any way, shape, or form, but I'm not going to basically, um, as the lawyer said this morning, you need to basically sell this case, and the case is big. Let me see what she says again. She says, okay, so she's going to send me the material. This never-ending shit show goes on for her. Advocate 2 is pissing me off because she's got a lot to say about things that both the manager's dad and the manager have allegedly said that she only wants to contribute in her whiny little poor me way. Yeah, you see? That's the thing. This is what I just brought up to you guys. What is the contribution to Advocate 2? You see? I knew this was coming down the pipe. I had a feeling about it. Advocate 2 is only going to contribute if Advocate 2 can do it in her own little way and dictate policy towards Sister Trish. I never liked her Advocate 2. Never have after Advocate 2 blew up in a parking lot, yelling and screaming at me. I'm either demanding she put what she said happened in writing or no further reference anything to claim it. Well, that's the thing. I will put everything in writing when I have all the facts. That's the thing. I'm not going to put anything in writing. And besides that, the lawyer said to me this morning, again, you can't basically put hearsays against he said, she said, if there's only one witness. The manager was the only one there. The manager was the only one in my apartment when she said that she must be doing her job properly if she has enemies. Let's see what the rest says. I'm either demanding she put it what she had or make no further. I only want or ever wanted facts. Yeah, that's the thing. I just want the facts too, so I can make my own judgments. Just the truth in each situation. The truth is that, as the lawyer said, the manager went to my apartment, quote unquote, by herself because she didn't want to leave evidence. Think about it. As a detective, she comes to me. Chloe's out on the park. She's by herself. She's happy and fire hazards are all taken care of. She found out I have a fire extinguisher. She's got to get serviced. Thoroughly, I asked about the fire extinguishers being serviced. She said she'll get on it. She also said that other apartments have those little fire thingy-mabob drips that if smoke comes up, or a fire, it triggers chemicals to come down. They put like these little canisters above your stove hood vent. Just the truth, the manager has overpowered those she knew she could. I will not be bullied by anyone. Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to be bullied either. But the thing is, how did she, you see? Thing is Sister Trish is completely right. We need the facts, Once I get the facts, I can sit down as Sherlock Holmes and put it all together piece by piece and figure out the puzzle. I don't have all the pieces. As I told Sister Trish, I wish I had the puzzle pieces. Then I know exactly what she's doing and not doing. And that's what really bothers me to no end, is I don't know the future. But that's the thing, and I had a feeling Advocate 2 was going to play the what she did. I was talking about it earlier. Remember when I said her Advocate 2 is what contributions is Advocate 1 and 2 doing? Advocate 1 pulling up papers, looking up laws, doing everything for Sister Trish. Advocate 2, what is she contributing? Me, I'm contributing my own personal opinion is I want the facts. I want to make the facts. I want to put together a case that Sister Trish can win, if she can win. I mean, literally, we don't know. I mean, she's got to sell the judge that this wasn't harassment. To me, it isn't harassment. You know what I say? To me, this is the legal system. You leave a paper trail. You basically send it to the higher-ups. The higher-ups want to basically say, put a restraining order against her. Then the higher-ups, in my opinion, should explain to the courts why they told her to put a restraining order. Now, if they didn't, the higher-ups. I mean, this basically turns around. Okay, this is what how I see the restraining order being placed, okay? You already ate today. You ain't getting any more food. It goes like this. You put a restraining order on someone, right? Hypothetically. Even Sister Zoe, the beautiful Zoe would agree with me. And I'm not going to get her into her past. But she would agree with me that a restraining order means that a third party can't contact you. So, for example, if I put one on Chloe, Chloe's mom couldn't contact me on Chloe's behalf because that's a third party. So if I go to the manager and say, hey, hypothetically, what's the deal? I'm going through as third party for Trish. Thing is you need the facts. Okay. And like I said, I'm a small channel, so no one knows what I speak on YouTube, but you get my point. Point is, what's going to happen? As San Juan Island prepper, I can tell you clearly outright that it scares the hell out of me that, what scares me the most is my reasonable accommodation hasn't been granted yet. Okay, I'm supposed to get recerted again in May. But right now the manager's busy dealing with Sister Trish. So here's what I say, okay? Here's how I see it, all right? Hypothetically, this whole issue, okay? Sister Trish will get my cooperation. She will. She'll get Chloe's cooperation. The problem is I need facts, okay? Once I have the facts, I will make the decisions, all right? The problem is Advocate 1 and 2 isn't going to put anything in fucking writing, but gives everything to Trish to put in writing, right? But doesn't put their own experiences in writing, what the manager's done to them, or then what's the point of contributing and fighting this tooth and nail if they're not going to end? If the manager uses the criminal, that's a different story, says, oh, I need you to back me up. Okay. But you see, the manager, the manager apparently, okay, here's something that was interesting. I had an inspection recently, right? Just me. Apparently, there's a state inspection coming up, but I'm not entitled to know, right? Apparently, they only told another tenant, Sister Chelsea. Maybe they put fear in Chelsea, but, she had to remove boxes apparently from her unit or outside her unit, I don't know. I don't pay attention. My thing is I'm down here in the bunker. My point is I listen to a police scanner. I know what's going on around the island. My thing is I want facts. When I hear that our address coming up, I'm usually keeping, the manager and I were talking the other day, okay? The other day, right? Funny story, right? So we were talking, right? This is hearsay anyways, but I'm going to tell you the story anyways because I think you'll get the gist of it. Advocate wasn't in yet. Advocate 4, Gail. It was just me and the manager, one-on-one. We were shooting the shit. And the manager asked me outright why I had a portable scanner with me. Right? Why I have a portable scanner with me. Yeah. All right, so I was just checking to see if they updated the police blog. They haven't yet. All right, so I said, well, I like to listen to know what's going on. So when I'm home, I got my base station. When I'm out and about, I usually keep the scanner on me so I can listen to anything around the island, whether it be police, whether it be fire, whether it be EMS, whether it be air, marine, ham, whatever. Marine doesn't work much, air doesn't work much, and ham doesn't, right? But the main 3 work, okay? And I said, because we're a conventional area, I could take my conventional scanner with me. It's not a trunking. I have a handheld conventional scanner and a trunking scanner, right? So I took my basic scanner with me. And the manager said to me, why do you keep it? Well, I enjoy listening and knowing what's going on around my surroundings. So if we got a burglar, she says, we're working on the thief. then I know to stay inside to protect my home. I said, if, quote unquote, I hear something bad happens and our address comes up, then it is literally more likely I keep it going for Chloe. It's like the other night. Did you guys hear the story about the other night? I told the manager the whole story. I said I was sitting here playing a game. Chloe's raising her voice, won't control her, screaming and yelling at me. She gets mad when I told her, if you keep not lowering your voice, the manager won't research you. Well, that's what I heard from Advocate 3. Anyways, for the last few months via email, Chloe wouldn't listen. She thought, well, I'm a tranny, they can't touch me. I'm a tranny, they can't touch me. I'm disabled, they can't touch me. I have mental illness, they can't touch me. Well, I told the manager this story, right? I said, I had my base station scanner on. I went to go take it. Pinch a loaf. I use that word, pinch a loaf. Chloe's on the scanner. The gist was, Chloe told a neighbor that the neighbor's a tattletale, right? Think about it. Chloe doesn't want to live in a place where you got tattletales. That's what she said. She called the guy upstairs a tattletale. She called Sister Trisha's advocate number 2, the one that's giving her trouble this morning, a tattletale. She says you can't live with someone who just keeps writing complaints. Old lady upstairs complains. The new one, tattletale. Then Chloe was littering on the road. Officer got involved. Officer's a good, nice friend to me. Said, clean up your mess and go in. Calm down. We're not going to arrest you. Yeah. Why? Because this is what Chloe was feeling with her mental illness. And yet, quote unquote, this is why Chloe snapped. She's snapping for 2 reasons. One is, where's her 10-day complier vacate? There is none. That's the only facts I have. That manager said, oh, the only 10-day complier vacate we got is fire hazard. Not about noise, not about smells, not about anything. Manager left me an email saying, your place smells. There's a funky smell coming from it. Manager came in and said, oh, funky smell is more likely the bunny cage. Clean it. Yes, ma'am. That was it. And there was a funky smell coming from Chloe's apartment, or Chloe's room. Sorry, not her apartment, Chloe's room. That's it. Those are the only facts that I can tell you from my side. And the fact that everything that was said was either with Gail present or one-on-one, which is hearsay. And if Gail, you think Advocate 4 is going to basically turn around and sell the manager upriver? Think about it from the facts here. The Advocate 4 works with a group, and Advocate 4 is a housing assistant. She's basically one of the housing advocates, okay? They got like 94 people that are homeless on this island. 94. Her job is to fill housing. Do you think she's going to write a statement for her sister Trish, hypothetically, to incriminate the manager while they're looking to put 94 people in housing because there's homeless people? No, she's not going to do a damn thing. Plus the fact, here's the facts here. This is true facts. I don't sugarcoat anything. Tildor knows this. I even told this to Sister Trish. I won't sugarcoat anything. Is Advocate 4 is doing Advocate 3's job. Advocate 3 is in Belize and then going to Texas. If Advocate 3 is not there, and Advocate 4 won't call me or email me, and I literally was asking for some extra help this weekend. Yesterday, all I got was toilet paper, paper towels. Thank God I got something to wipe my butt with. Then we're fine. I get paid Sunday night. They could have advocated and gave us, if I needed, food vouchers to get a few extra groceries. But no, you know what? Advocate 4 was too busy. She isn't in on Fridays. And Thursday I left a message, and Wednesday and Tuesday and Monday, Advocate 4 didn't call me back. Didn't even email me. I said, oh, this is grabbing coffee, email me, blah, blah, blah. Here's my email, here's my phone number. Didn't call me. Didn't get back to me. The facts are there. They're working with the manager. And I told this to Sister Trish. This is what bothers me the most, okay? You got Advocate 3 emailing me. And I keep my emails archived, right? Let's see. Where's the one email, right? I think it's on page 2, right? I think it's March. Just a point. No, that ain't the email I wanted. That was March. I think it was March 8th. No. Yeah, it might have been March 8th, maybe, or before March 8th. Oh, yes. Here it is. I want to tell you both that no one at the center, including myself, is working with the department manager to get you out of your housing. False. I'm going to basically call it bullshit here. As far as I know, you are no danger of losing your housing. No danger of losing your housing. Tried to get you a new bed, blah, 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 blah. Old bed, new one, but seemingly you have decided you don't want that, so we have returned the other bed. We have no influence as whether you keep your housing or not. That's up to you to follow the rules the landlord says. Follow the rules, right? Chloe, it's not appropriate for you to come to the center and yell at staff about your housing situation. If you have concerns, you need to call and make an appointment. No. If things we can help with, we're happy to do so, but there needs to be an agreed upon plan for both of you before you take any action. Plan, right? I had to defend myself by saying I'm not any part of Chloe's temper. Not blame. As she says, thanks. I'm not blaming you for Chloe's behavior. I know you're doing your best. Thank you for clarifying, Case. Did try calling you last week, but got some weird message. Maybe because the internet isn't working. Anyway, it's not your fault. It's definitely seen Chloe needs additional help. It may be best to just not renew her in the lease in April. I thank you so much for the chocolates, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. Best to not renew her in April. Yeah, you see? Is that the only message I got from her? For it says housing? Let me look. Is there any more than that? So I got to go through my email eventually. Put more in the trash, Housing? Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, so there he goes. And then, right, that was housing. And then she writes, because the facts are that I saved the emails because I'm not going to get rid of this because, So listen to this. Hi, Rita. Sorry I've been out of the office sick. I haven't heard anything from the manager yet, but I'm supposed to meet with her tomorrow, Friday, so we'll update you after that. Hope you're feeling better. Try not to stress. I really think that Chloe can be out April if you really want that. April, you see? If I really wanted that. An update with the vet Friday, right? See, listen to this. Yes, I did read about Chloe's temper. It's very concerning. You should do what you needs to be done to have her removed from the lease in April. I will confirm with the manager this week. I don't have a plan other than not to have her renew the lease in April with you. I will talk to the manager and see what options are around that. But I'm assuming you and or the manager can decide that she's not allowed to renew. See? These are emails that I have that I've saved. See, she said she's sending me a letter, right? And I just need a letter for. See, this is the other thing. Met with the manager. She's sending an email letter telling you about recertify case for April. I don't think she is willing to recertify you both, or things are right now due to several lease violation, noise cleaning, etc. She'll give you more information. You, Rita, have the accommodation for the second bedroom, so you'd be able to say if Chloe leaves. Chloe doesn't leave, I'm sure not how it will work, and this would be the opportunity you don't want to have Chloe on the lease. Please check with the manager if you didn't receive the letter by next week. If Chloe leaves, but I told the manager we can help with keeping the place clean and you would be very quiet. She's good with that. You see? So this tells you right there the center, we're going to call it the center, literally. And then she says, I saw the email from the manager about recertification. She's definitely not messing around anymore. Sounds like a lot of folks have hit their limit with Chloe, not just you. Unfortunately, I'm totally booked. But I can see of our new staff, clients, because they've already established a relationship, even though Chloe's behavior is out of control and very rude. I'm sure I'm not sure if it rises to a DCR getting involved. What she did here, the center was just yell at the director for 2 minutes and then she left. There's really nothing I can do about it. If you want to call the DCR, yada, yada, yada. So, plain and simple, you see. So, all these emails are basically so it says here, sounds good. I will talk to the manager tomorrow as well, get some questions answered. She left a message saying Chloe doesn't want to live here, so it sounds like Chloe just needs to come up with a plan to leave. Maybe she needs to go see her mom for a bit. I'll check in with you tomorrow if I have more info. You see? And this is the stuff that I'm dealing with on a daily basis, So when you look at the big picture, you got to ask yourself, who's working with who? Advocate 3 is on vacation. Advocate 4 is not emailing me, and the manager just does this. Makes me wonder if they had this planned. You see, that's where I'm kind of paranoid because, frankly, all I want to do is be left alone and drink my coffee and talk to you guys about what's going on in the world. So basically, apparently, the advocate's own wording was, that people reach their limit with Chloe. Yeah. And so, I told Chloe many times over this would get her unrecerted if she didn't control her temper. So to me, it's kind of sad to meet the facts that, that these emails are there. And you gotta look at these emails and ask yourself, what in the Sam hell is going on? Think about it. You got Advocate 3 saying, oh, they're not going to recert, the manager's not recerting, she's met her limit, blah, blah, blah. But from Sister Trisha's side of things, one verbal snap at the manager out of distress or duress shouldn't basically have Chloe kicked out. But to me, it doesn't matter. The damage is done. And then Chloe basically calls the manager racist remarks. Racist remarks while I'm on the phone to her. So that didn't help any. She just nuked a bridge. Yeah. So what is today's plan for me? Well, I can game. I can prep. I can look over facts. I can do whatever. But my point is the people need to realize that, the lawyers are literally saying you need to make a stand. But to do that, you need facts. You can't just go in there willy-nilly, jeopardizing your own housing for not having facts. I want the facts. I want to see the facts. I want to back up the facts before I get involved because I'm not going to jeopardize. Did she violate the law? Maybe not. Higgins gave me something completely clearly about the law. The manager can deny anyone reasonable accommodation if they're a disturbance to other tenants. He emailed me this. He's like, this is a long read. Yeah, but you know what? He found the exact answers to the question about Chloe. Was Chloe evicted? Maybe. Was Chloe self-evicted? Maybe. Is Chloe the problem? Maybe. I mean, look, the manager got rid of Chloe. Okay. Now she's working on getting rid of another supposed troubled tenant. Troubled tenant, supposedly, I say allegedly, did her job by reporting to higher ups that the manager ain't doing her job. Now, I'm not an apartment manager. I don't know what it requires. But until I have the How to Manage Apartments in Washington State guidebook to read and to fully understand what the manager did, the manager could be in her privy or scope or wheelhouse of expertise to do the job properly. I mean, literally. But at the same time, you got someone who's not going to be bullied because of their beliefs. The thing is, you know, in the end of the day, God's going to bring out everything. Plain and simple. Yeah. So to me, you know, as a prepper, you must prep the best way possible. Plain and simple. You know. And so to me, you know, you have to ask yourself, was a crime committed? Well, let's see. This is a civil issue, okay? If I emailed the management company over and over and over demanding action, and the management company turned and told the manager to send a restraining order against me, then hell, I'd be in the same boat too. But instead, everyone thinks the manager is playing favorites. Well, let's look. Let me just say this, okay, on my defense, okay? When Chloe writes the letter up, she's going to be putting in advocate and putting it in paper, saying, I don't understand, that Chloe told me this morning. She's going to put in, I don't understand how the manager can play favorites and kick me out for my mental illness. That's fine. And yet, allow the guy upstairs, giving his name, to have a 2-bedroom when he has no reasonable accommodation. They just are going to let him keep it. I don't understand how Advocate 1, Chloe's going to put her name in there, Sister Trish's advocate, why she gets to keep a 3-bedroom by herself while I got to jump through hoops for reasonable accommodation. I don't understand how Advocate 2 can keep a 2-bedroom when she doesn't qualify, or boatman next door, 2 doors down. When Chloe leaves that out in its court records, this can basically be left in the court records permanently for the USDA RARD division to basically ask questions of why the manager didn't research them and yada, yada, yada. And the manager said, oh, there was no housing crisis then. Then the manager apparently, and I agree with Sister Trish, is going to have to answer those questions. Why? Why is Miss Rita, who's got to jump through hoops, but the old fart upstairs, the old biddy that's 74 complains, or another lady has a 3-bedroom, yet you're basically making someone jump through hoops? We were given the same privilege, me and Chloe, of the 2-bedroom before the housing crash, before the coronavirus, and yet we're the ones that have to jump through the hoops. So that's the only thing that Chloe's going to make stick, okay? And she's going to tell her side of the story of why she was freaking kicked out. Now, if the judge says, oh, you didn't follow the rules, Chloe's going to also put in her record, where is the 10-day comply or vacate notices? Because the manager at that point, before it goes to court, is going to have to bring him in. That's it. Meanwhile, I know Chloe's doing this, but should I get involved? No. Why? Because it doesn't affect me. I mean, this is the only thing Chloe thinks that could save her home. Let her do it. If the manager wins anyway, look at Chloe's out and Sister Trish is out. Me? I mean, literally, Chloe has in her heart revenge. That's it. And Poppy and the lawyer said, let Chloe do what she wants. She's an adult. Because the management company, literally, Now, if I write in my report, right, that the manager is protecting me and sees me not on cameras and the garbage is being taken out 3 weeks, I could put that in, but it's hearsay. The manager could say, well, Rita made that up because I never said that, because it was just one-on-one. See? So anyway, look at it. You have to have, that's why she chose to be one-on-one. Gail left early, leaving the manager to finish up the reports. And then the advocate, literally, when she left, I'll tell you the management side of things, okay? This is kind of funny. The management literally told me not to worry. They'll just go and get all the documents from the welfare office, the Social Security office, the bank, everything for me, so I don't have to lift a finger. It was like, you just, this is your account info. We'll just get a copy of it because we have the release of info. Okay. That's, I could go to the bank, but I also told her the last year, I think it was, I was griping, true story, that Chloe knocked on my door and, where I was, and, my room, and said, the manager's dad's going to take you to the bank. What did I do? I got up off my ass, grumped about it, got dressed, and went down there myself. Telling the manager's dad, I will walk down there, get my bank statement, and deliver it to them. This year, they just told me sign a paper. I don't think they're going to go and steal my money in my bank. That's not their way. I could basically press charge. The manager knows this, so she's just making it easier for me being disabled. So there you go. See where I'm going with this? So, she was, so she made sure that I didn't have to do any reports, and that's the way it has to be. And so it's all she wrote. Now, Chloe's about to go to the food bank, so hopefully they have milk and cheese. And maybe occasional pork chop. Wouldn't mind a pork chop. Pork chop would be good, but, the point is it's something, right? Mm-hmm. So what's that tell you? Tells you, my friends, that they're trying to make it easier for me. But am I complaining about the reasonable accommodation? No, I already got it delivered to the manager by fax, and I got one in my mailbox already, and I got one on my desk here. So am I worried? No. What's the most important thing in the world? The most important thing in the world is survival. And, the thing is it is what it is. Plain and simple. And if I do get some milk, maybe I can do mac and cheese tonight too. That was something I was thinking about. Of course, they always give 1% milk now. It's funny. The other day, the food bank's trying to be stingy, right? They won't even give buttered salt. My popcorn the other day, I was making faces, and Chloe said, why are you making faces? I said, oh, this is, and I found out it was unsalted. I said, it's unsalted butter. Sorry, but a little salt by butter goes a long ways. If you're going to put butter on your toast, you want to have it tasty, not non-tasty. So Chloe's about to take off to the food bank, like I said. You guys have any questions or comments, I would feel free to comment, as a prepper, tomorrow night's pay night. So, woohoo, yeah, I won't have to worry. And today's the day we get milk, so we survived, on that. Next week, Chloe goes out 3 times next week. Haunted Adventure, Smoke Shop, Safeway, and that. I don't know if she's going to make the Smoke Shop and Safeway all one run. I think she might. But she's got $300 in ferry tickets she's got to use, so she might as well use them before May 31st. So she might just get up and go and, and go from there. Okay. It's 45 degrees, partly cloudy today, people. So it's not going to be 60 like we had the other day. So, it's pretty interesting. So.
All right. I'm out. I'm sure this is a little long.
So, like I said, we'll continue talking about prepping soon. I got Moppy here. When Chloe gets back, Moppy gets his walk. And then Chloe and I get to figure out what dinner is. Now, I might do pork chops. I might have cheese. Might have mac and cheese and Spam, something. Fortunately, tomorrow is another day where we can enjoy our foods, Now, I'd like to get back into my game today, too. But I'm also trying to make everything fit, So, it's interesting. And, I will use the restroom momentarily. And when I get back, we will talk about some other issues because this is why I do these videos for you guys to understand where I'm coming from. And it's not just about the issues of the day in my head, but it's the other issues of the day that's running around. And, I will tell you a few things that's very important to me. So, here, take the phone just in case you need to call me. So let me use the restroom momentarily, people, and we'll continue because I have something to say. It's very important to you all. All right, about my everyday issues. I did the dishes, by the way, again. So let me use the toilet, and then I will continue with my next report.
Get my gloves out.
Moppy,
Stay put.
tried to escape. Yeah, I heard you tried to escape. Okay, peeps. Now that Chloe's gone, I can actually speak about the rest of my problem, okay? With my coffee time today while she's at the food bank, you see, the other problem is the manager knows, and people on the island's been briefing her and others, like the center, about what Chloe does here. Chloe doesn't do anything, okay? Chloe refused to clean her room, all right? Manager gave me an exemption because Chloe won't clean her room, and Chloe told the manager to fuck off, okay? What bothers me the most, okay, is Chloe believes everyone owes her. So she goes to the food bank. They say, "Oh, are you giving any of the food to Rita?" And she says, "Fuck no, I'm giving her the milk and the cheese." Plain and simple. They look and they email me, "Have you gotten any pork chops lately?" No, Chloe ate most of them. Then the manager and I talked the other day with Gail present, and I said, "Chloe's got triggers." She says, "I know this." I said, "No, you don't know it because Chloe's got triggers. You use the word no, N-O, the word no, as in I know, K-N-O-W. Chloe goes, that's a trigger. You can't live with someone who's got too many fucking triggers. You can't cater to some peckerwood who has too many triggers. That's the problem in this community. I mean, literally, transgendered? No. Autistic? Maybe. Borderline? Hypothetically. Antisocial? Maybe. All of these mental illness stacked up against Chloe is causing Chloe to develop, I hate the word no, you better give it to me. Think of what Chloe does, okay? Chloe likes to cause arguments. You guys sit there and say, what do you mean? She likes to cause arguments. You tell her something like no, she goes, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and then she goes to bed. That's her way of basically saying, I ain't putting up with your shit, I ain't going to take no, and I'm not going to deal with your crap. And you're not telling me what I can and can't fucking do. That's Chloe. She could be a criminal. Probably no. Then, here we go. Then you have Chloe sitting there, right? People say, "Oh, but Chloe's so nice and she looks after me." Really? She eats all my food? Is that proper? The other day, she sits there and she's like, "I'm not doing dishes. Fuck you." It was her mess. I had to do the dishes. You know what happened? I got it all cleaned up. I told the manager this, did all the dishes. She said, "What'd you eat for dinner?" Peanut butter sandwich. Chloe wouldn't touch the bread because she thought it was going moldy. Yeah. So I had a peanut butter sandwich for dinner. What did Chloe have? Made the most rancid soup ever. And then ate it. 3/4 of it, left the rest in the stove pot. Next morning, there's flies buzzing around it because there's salmon meat in it. Oh, well, And then she goes and dumps it down the toilet. Put soap in it and be like, it's going to be clean. I mean, she leaves, and then she yells and screams at me over things like, if the state's going to give me $71 a month, fuck them. I'm not going to a group home. You don't have to. You see where I'm going with this? Chloe is only thinking about her fucking self. Truthfully. She dragged me to a mental hospital, or a mental clinic. I was telling this to the manager. Dragged me to the therapist appointment. Therapist says, why is Rita here besides me seeing Moppy? I need housing. Manager said, is she really losing her housing? Yep. Why? Don't tell her. Well, she walked Moppy to the vet, came back from the vet, went in to see the manager, asked the manager to do research. The manager said no. Chloe fucking lost her lid. Started making threats and everything else. Told the manager to fuck off and slam the door. Then later that night, she got a no trespass order from Advocate One's office. Therapist said, you have to follow the rules. Chloe said, the manager's illegally evicted me. What did the manager say? Manager removed her for bad behavior. Forced her to remove herself for bad behavior. And Chloe's like, they can't evict someone with mental illness. Apparently they can by the 504 rule. They don't have to research if there is a problem tenant. That's the thing. The manager has tools to her disposal to get rid of people. All right? Plain and simple. And if you don't follow the rules, you basically get booted. I get the loot, you get the boot. DuckTales, the movie. The point is Chloe got the boot. Now Chloe's claiming she's been evicted, telling everyone on the island she's been evicted. She's been harmed by the manager. But I'm surprised the manager didn't send her a no trespass order or a anti-harassment order. It's not harassment to go around from tenant to tenant to tenant to tenant and anyone in between, including law enforcement advocates, and say, I was affected, the manager illegally did it. That's not harassment. The definition of harassment is someone who keeps, and someone basically harassing you. And Google the definition of harassment, right? Sister Trish didn't do the definition of harassment, right? It's not harassment to go higher up to your bosses unless your bosses want to look the other way and the owner of the building wants to look the other way and they tell her to put a restraining order against Sister Trish. Otherwise, it's not harassment in my opinion. That's where I draw the line and say unjust. But I don't have all the facts. Now, with Chloe, of course, I have all the facts. You've seen her threatening restraining orders and, she literally, I was on the phone to the manager. She was calling the manager a whopping a day ago. And yet, you got advocates for Chloe in the background, love all people, advocating that Chloe's mental illness shouldn't be evicted. Oh, one strike against the manager and she's out. Oh, the manager. You know what? Chloe's got enough evidence to basically semi-torpedo the manager, the SS management company. Okay, I'm going to call it management. She's got enough ammunition to torpedo it from her submarine. And if she does it properly, as I said, the manager will have to explain why if she does. But the thing is, the manager can also say this doesn't pertain to Chloe because this case is about an anti-harassment order. But if Chloe gets involved, that's like using Chloe as a third party, which Chloe would gladly do because Chloe's got hatred in her heart towards the manager because she thinks the manager's playing favorites because in her head, the manager's allowing people to live here that don't qualify. Well, that's fine and dandy. Let that out in the bag. Put it on paper. Manager gets away with it, and that's it. But if the state court system rules that the manager has to explain herself, then that's good too. Because frankly, as I said to Sister Trish last night, I don't give a shit. Right now, I'm worried about my housing, right? As I said time and time again, Brother Higgins is like, I'm going to get this building and get retirement money. I don't give a shit. You can have my fucking blessing when my fucking housing's secured. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it. Think about it. I'm not going to jeopardize right now my housing because I don't have all the facts. I mean, she's literally, right? It's one-on-one. A lot of stuff's hearsay. But then again, Higgins basically said, oh, hearsay. Yeah. Well, it's always on video. You just need to fucking open your ears up to hear it. Chloe basically went lambasting the other day, and it wasn't pretty. All right. The thing is, I gotta check my whatever, Yeah. So I got guys messaging me on Instagram going, oh, you're so beautiful. So I'll tell you guys a story. I love all of you, by the way. So basically, when it comes to Chloe, Chloe's going into cardboard boxville. Why? Because Chloe did this to herself. Plain and simple. Think about it. Tildore's right. Cardboard boxville. Why? Because Chloe's demanding housing. She has left messages time and time again for these people for halfway houses in Los Angeles and Nevada and all these. They won't call her back. Why? because she's already complained to them too many times that she's going to be evicted, yet she's still here. So she hasn't packed up, she hasn't moved out, she hasn't done anything, and yet now she thinks, haha, I got the perfect strike force, right? Chloe's basically thinking she can save her house and get rid of the manager. Let's put it to you this way. What if the manager gets canned after this whole court thing, right? Hypothetically, right? I'm thinking from a logical, realist perspective. Let's just say Trish saves her place. The criminal gets kicked out. Chloe stays. Everything's gravy. They bring in a manager that's more harder on tenants. This time, the manager says, "Oh, you don't qualify, you're out. You don't qualify, you're out. You don't qualify, you're out. You're a troublemaker, you're out. You're a complainer, you're out. You're a complainer, you're out. You're tranny, you're out. You're a freak, you're out. You're born both, you're out. You're a religious beliefs don't meet mine. Let's just say Mormon or Jehovah's Witness, you're out." I mean, you could get a manager who could basically sit there and, management company could hire someone who's basically more tougher on people. Maybe a through and through gun-toting Republican Trumper. Okay, I love all people, including Trumpers. Okay, I'm just throwing that in there, right? Or you can get, or the management company could save their manager, our manager, hypothetically, by saying, "Look, it's an attack on the management company and it's an attack on this. Look, I told Sister Trish a while ago, if you want to get even, okay, and I won't do it. I told her I could tell her how to do it because if she wanted to, but I won't do it. She never took my advice. She didn't even listen to what I had to say. She was more interested. Oh, I have my own plans. If you know the manager and the supposed criminals doing drugs, okay, and selling drugs, dealing drugs, just have the DEA look into it, and the FBI, and whatever else. If they don't find anything, then you've done your job, okay? No. If you know they're violating housing laws, like one person in a 3-bedroom, one person in a 2-bedroom, with no reasonable accommodation, another person in a 3-bedroom, report it to the government that issues the housing subsidies, the USDA, RARD. If that doesn't work, report it to HUD. You think civil rights have been violated? Report it to the DOJ. Report it to the Human Rights Commission. Report it to any other agency you think of, the ACLU. Think about it. All these agencies, one of them would come forward. And if it's not true, what do you got to lose? Oh, I got my own plan. Cool. But I gave the advice. Wasn't taken. Why? Because in my opinion, Chloe my point is, so basically, my point is look around, right? The American people need to realize that there's laws we got to follow in this country, right? I don't have hatred. I don't have enemies. Maybe I do online, but in real life, I've been told to stay here. Easter's coming up too, so I got to order some candy. But my point is it's it's sad, that we as a people are waiting patiently, for what? For what? A lot of people say to me, what do you do besides prepping? Prepping. I got plans, but I'm not telling you all my plans right now because Chloe's still here. But I will when Chloe leaves on April 30th. In the meantime, I'm hoping to get recerted again by May 1st. Unfortunately, I'm going to probably have the ad manager helping me because Advocate 4 is busy and not getting in touch with me, and Advocate 3 is out. And talking about a story, right? Manager and I were talking, right? Funny story. She looked at me and she asked me about a king size bed, right? So I pulled out my two measuring tapes and I asked her, "Can I ask you a favor?" And she said, "Okay. Could you help me measure the room?" She said, "Oh, yeah, no problem. What do you want to measure?" So I told her from this angle to this angle to this angle. She looked and did it with me, and I said, "Wouldn't it be classified? You basically going to give me a comply or vacate in 10 days for um, hoarding?" She measures a second time. She says, "Oh yeah, I mean you'd have 14 to 16 inches clearance from the chair to the closet door, right?" Then she was talking about how much damage Chloe did to this place. I said, "Just send me a bill and I'll pay it $50 a month till it's paid off. How's that sound?" She said, "Sure." She said, "I wish Chloe would pay. Chloe ain't gonna pay anything." The manager said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Chloe can bear it. Chloe only buys what she only wants to buy. Otherwise, who's the one supplying the shit paper every month?" She says, "You?" "Yeah, Chloe won't fucking do it." I tell Chloe, "When you go to the store, get 2 stacks of paper." Then Chloe says, "Oh, well, we're not a shopping cart." Well, if I told the manager, right? Here's something that's funny as a prepper. Okay, I said, "I'm a prepper. Okay, usually I could bring in toilet paper like crazy, but how do I buy everything I need in a month if Chloe's spending money faster and faster?" I said, "She goes to the hot bar every month." Me and Zoe were making fun of the hot bar thing, right? I said, in May there won't be hot bars, there won't be eating out because I'm not going to go out, so I have to have all my preps in order from May to December. She says, "Can you do it?" I said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "That means I'm going to be stockpiling extra stuff, but I need to get Chloe's room clean so I can start prepping away and storing more stuff in there." She says, "Good plan." As Tildor says, do a rummage sale. I got some ideas, okay? I'm not going to say them right now, all right? Manager gave me some advice too. But let me just say, I'm working my ass off, okay? I want to be left the fuck alone, right? So we're conversing about what's going to happen in the future, right? And she was nice. She was, like the king size bed would make it hoarding. I said, "I'd have it. You see where that is, the TV?" She said, 4 inches. You couldn't even get to your scanner. No kidding, ma'am. No kidding. You'd probably be tripping. Yes, ma'am. Well, she was happy the way the bed is. Everything's clear. Chloe's room's a mess, but Chloe doesn't give a shit. She's like, "Fuck you. I'm not cleaning. Fuck you." So Chloe's with triggers. Chloe likes to cause arguments. Chloe wants to argue so she doesn't have to do anything. She thinks the world knows her. I mean, literally, she got mad at me and called me a blind son of a bitch last night because, "Oh, you missed a spot on the dish." I did my best. I did something that you didn't do. You were sitting there, "I'm a woman. Do, 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 do. I'm a woman." Yeah. With the door open. I said, "If you're going to fucking do that shit, close the fucking door." This is another trigger I have. I don't want to see someone fucking spanking the monkey. It is rude and crude to spank the fucking monkey with the fucking door open. And then she's like, "Well, what do you want to do?" I don't know. Well, you should do something. Mm, you know. I mean, literally everything happens for a reason, right? But this is the thing. I shouldn't be basically putting up with um, Chloe's temper, you know. You know. Child stuck. Wow. See? Interesting things you were here on the scanner. Yep. So, so my point is, I told the manager, one of the reasons I keep a scanner is because I want to hear what's going on in our building and around our building, but I also to hear if Chloe pops up while I'm out and about, because then I know Chloe did something stupid. Like the other day, she was screaming and yelling at the fucking 3 different advocacy groups. Well, 2 in the hospital. Now everyone wants her out. And, as I read you those emails, the manager's like, that's why I told Sister Trish last night, I think the management, the advocacy groups are all working against Chloe, because the wording of my advocate 3 was, if I want Chloe removed. When I walked in there, manager didn't give me a choice. She's just like, Chloe's being removed. She wasn't playing with me. So I was like, okay. I didn't say, but isn't this legal? I just said, okay, right? Because I'm not going to challenge the manager. No. What I wanted to know, is it legal? Yes. But other people say, oh no, she's abusing her powers. Maybe. But am I being bullied? No. I feel like my lawyer was telling me I feel like I'm being bullied on the grounds that, I'm being told to write a report, which I can't write until I have, Butthead just emailed me. Brother Higgins, the Butthead. Hey, Butthead! He emailed me saying something. I said, don't you have a job to do? I'm paying him, actually. He's like, don't you have some poop to place? I already pooped. It's already in the toilet. Down to it already probably got down to the sewage treatment plant. I wonder how long it takes to get from the hill down the hill. Maybe like 2 minutes traveling. Or is it slow moving? It makes you wonder. Yeah. Anyways, he was just saying that, but he'll probably email me like, oh my God, you got a video without me knowing. Yep, pretty much. Since Higgins is probably watching this now, I'll say that Tildor wants to move in with me, and wants Higgins to move in with me, and he wants room in my fridge for beer and plenty of chew. Well, chew's easy to get a hold of. Higgins can move in as well. During tough times, we'll have to pull a resource, and Rita's a good cook. Really. Let's just say, jokingly, of course, Tildor, Higgins, I don't think knows what a real meal is. He eats too many better cheddars. I'm thinking pork chops tonight, maybe. But my fridge, as you can see, let's just show you the fridge. I gotta wipe it down. Is clean. You see, I got enough room for all your beer. So, gotta throw these out. I went through, this is all the butter the food bank's been giving us. It's all unsalted. This stuff expired. And Chloe used up all the eggs pretty much for damn ramen. Can you believe that? She literally used up all the eggs for her ramen. And to me, the food bank, they give us 4 eggs, right? 4 eggs a week. They email me and they say, oh, Rita, did you get your share of eggs? I don't get eggs because, A, I don't eat that many eggs. When I do want eggs, the eggs are gone because Chloe ate them all, because Chloe's, oh, well, I'm more important than you. I need my protein. Her ex-roommate, Cactus Blossom, my moderator, loved Cactus to death. Cactus said, Chloe's going to end up with a heart attack with all the fucking crap she eats. Literally. The other day I turned around and I said to Chloe, the other day, let's see what happens when I open this bag of thing up for Evo. Give me a second, I gotta wash my hands. I told Chloe to fucking clean the cage. So Tuesday I gotta go to the pet store. So, or someone's got to go to the pet store. But in the meantime, let's see. There's a resealable zipper on this. Hey, look, Mother Pee-wee. Finally opening up your food is an emergency source. Here we go. So, looks like the bag broke. There is no emergency food zipper. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Here you go, Ebo. Let's see what he does. Right, here we go. Then, I'm going to reuse his current bag because it's empty pretty much. Let's just do this over the sink. This is what we call emergency prepping, peeps. And we're going to refill this bag because this bag tears. My fault. But then again, they say it's got a zipper. It doesn't really have a zipper. And then we're going to there we go. There. See? So, the bag's been reused and we didn't have to waste any. See, this is a prepper's tool right here. See? And Ebo is now trying something new. How is that food, Ebo? Huh? You see, he gets grumpy when you touch his food bowl. He's like, I don't know what's in that mixture, but what do you got to say? Thank you, Mommy, Grandma Finn, and Grandma Pee-wee. Ebo happy. Of course Ebo's happy. He's got some funky mixture in there. Go ahead and eat her up, bub. I guess he's not really interested in the food. We'll see what happens. You got a full bowl, so you should be fine. So, next we got to clean his cage today and finish doing some tidying, but still, Chloe's like, I'm running to the food bank. So, earlier this morning, I got up, had my coffee. I went to to my office, worked on the planner. I did put in the planner on the calendar part. Spent 3.5 hours with Sister Trish last night. Wanted to know the exact facts. Didn't get the facts. She's like, well, you have to make your own decision. Yeah, I do. Fortunately, you can't make the decision with a 6-day window if I don't have the facts. Thing is I think Sister Trish, I love her dearly, is going to basically be sidetracked. The next thing you know, Chloe's letter is going to be in. But not mine. Give me 1 second, peeps. And when I don't get it, then I can't help her. You see? That's the problem. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Okay, there we go. So, our plan for today, people, is we are going to be relaxing. And, Brother Higgins, he's watching probably. Finally got into the show. He doesn't comment. I think he's afraid to comment. Anyways, Tildore's like, there's plenty of room for beer. I asked Chloe, here's a funny story. So I asked Chloe, all right? She's like, I'm going to Walmart next week. Good. While you're at it, I want to try some RC Cola. It's still available. Yeah. Royal Crown Cola, RC Cola. You don't see RC Cola in many places. I was watching a movie the other day, and they showed, I think it was LBJ. The guy playing LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, was drinking that. And what was the other thing he was drinking? Fresca. And I was like, I would love to have in my prep some RC Cola. Because, you don't see it that much. RC Cola is more than Pepsi. So I went to Amazon and it was like through the roof, you know. And then I went somewhere else. And Chloe's like, well, I'll get you time. But you know, Chloe's like, I will get. Oh, that reminds me, you know. So I asked Chloe about the shopping cart, right? So I forgot to tell you the story, right? So the manager, right? She's like, what orders do you got to place? It's very important, right? I guess he's eating again. So I said, to the manager, well, I have to get a steam cleaner and I got to get a new chair and then I need to get this rolly mat thingamabob. She says, oh, yeah. And then I said, I need to get a steam cleaner and a shopping cart. She says, are you getting a flip phone or a smartphone? I'll keep the flip phone until the flip phone completely melts. Then I'll get another flip phone because I don't trust the government tracking me. And the flip phone's only $20. She says, you are frugal. I said, no, I just use the phone as I see fit. Phones used to make phone calls. Phones, I don't really like texting because it takes too long. So, point is, she realized the shopping cart. I said, shopping cart would come in handy because our shopping cart was thrown out. I think Chloe actually got rid of it. The entire frame broke or something. So, you know, but, you know, thing is, you could use it for, it wasn't holding groceries. Chloe's like, I paid $50 on wheels. Well, it didn't work. So Chloe and I were talking about the wheels. And I said, well, you know, sometimes you just got to take in the butt, right? But shopping cart is something that needs to be done. So the other day, Chloe and I were talking about movies, right? And I need to check on a movie anyways. I want to see if Amazon has it because I was going to rent a movie anyways. Apparently, I want to see if there's a movie on Prime Video. Here we go. I guess it's not, and you can't rent it. So you can either more purchase options. So they won't let you rent the damn thing, yes. So you have to buy it. So I was looking to buy this DVD, and it's $9.99. Yeah, I was thinking about this movie, and you know, and I was telling this to my dad, and you know, etc. And Dad's like, "Oh, we're gonna rent some movies on Monday." Yeah, well, no, this coming week's movie week. So I usually rent a few movies once a month. I watched the entire Police Academy series. I just, you know, I got the entire box set coming. That's part of my preppers thing. He had 7 movies for like $12. Why not? Right? I paid like $30 for all 7 rentals. I got tired and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. You know. So, you know, there's movies out there that you can buy that you can actually use as entertainment. But just remember, if there's no power outage, you can watch them anytime. If there's a power outage, you need a portable DVD player. So, you know, as a prepper, you got to prep for all occasions, you know. But as a, you know, for me, I'm basically prepping for entertainment purposes, you know. And I was telling, eventually, I will have all the movies I want on DVD, and I will be slowly cutting off in the next 6 months all my streaming services because it's only me. So if it's only me and I'm not getting my money's worth out of certain movies, then or a certain channel, then why have it? I'm already cut out half my streaming service anyway, so I'm down to many. But you know, the thing is, I have to be in the mood. Like, and that's the problem with movies. I have this movie on the tip of my tongue last night, right? Yeah, I was talking to Sister Trish, and I had a brain fart, so I had to choose a movie last night. I was like, you know what? I think I'll watch 42. Chloe loved it. Fortunately, I fell asleep during 61, so I got to go back to 61. Chloe wants to see 61 because she said when I fell asleep, she went to bed. So she's like, make sure I'm up at 7, right? I barely remember that. And I was like, all right. So I got up this morning. I walked in, and she's like, I'm up. She's like, what time is it? 10. Why'd you sleep in? I was tired. And then Chloe says, your sleeping schedule's wonky. Well, I'm sorry, my sleeping schedule's wonky. My body chemistry is always wonky. Some days it's days, some days it's nights, some days it's days, some days it's nights. I can't help it. And with the news basically being crappy, I don't have the ability to to so to me it's like whatever. So Chloe, on the other hand, so so that's the way it was. But it was funny because last night I was like, what movie do I want to watch? And some days I watch presidential movies, other movie, and to me, some of these movies are rentals, so I just went out and just, and then Chloe's always like, you like your Mormon movies? Yeah, I like my Mormon movies, so, so to me, I'm just like, cool, so I like watching a few movies from time to time, it's just a great, thing for me, How long is this movie? Did they even tell you how long? 4 hours, 39 minutes. Oh, yeah, I love that movie. That movie's great, So, I just, yeah. So, I got a few movies on my movie list to watch this month, I was talking to Chloe about a couple movies I lost, and she's like, just, just buy it, I was like, okay, because I truly do like some movies, and when you get to be my age, you just want to enjoy yourself, and not worry about crap, and that's something I was telling someone, so so I was like, cool, awesome, cool, awesome, and people don't realize that sometimes you just want to sit down and watch movies, and in the evening I like to unwind. I mean, I'm starting to feel like I'm becoming my significant other hubby, because in the evenings I didn't want to be I want to be left alone. I want to be movie time, and with hubby it was the same way, just let me watch my damn movies, and yeah, Chloe on the other end, she's like, you mute it all you want. You're just like fucking cactus blossom. Are you done? You're just like fucking cactus blossom. Okay, are you done? Are you relaxing? Are you sleeping? Then, because my body's exhausted from, 3.5 hours of phone calls with trying to get the facts to Chloe going on and on and on about not letting me rest about anything. And then other shit, you finally turn around and you say enough's enough. Why the fuck am I literally fucking, and then she's like, like today, how they give you cheese. You can live on cheese. So there's a lot of prepping tools and stuff in the arsenal that I'm going to show you and teach you when Chloe leaves. I can't teach you everything because Chloe's a pissmire. Right. Which reminds me, where did I put my thing? Did I move it again? It's right here, I guess. Yeah. So anyways, the other night Chloe screaming and yelling at me about that. And I was like, dude, you can't quit. You got to quit screaming and yelling at every little piss poor jobby, So, it's Chloe, and so, and I asked Higgins to do some research for me on Retivis Direct. He hasn't done it yet, so I'm like, hurry up, Higgins, do your Retivis Direct info because I'm about to buy 2 Retivis radios and I want to know more. you know, and because, I want to know. So I'll tell you guys a story, okay? A funny story the other day, all right? So Higgins, I love Higgins dearly. He knows this. Talking to Higgins the other day about radios, right? And he's like digging up everything about radios, right? I really don't give a shit as long as they work, right? So he's messaging me and he said something to the effect of, "Did you see the rules here of what happened?" Well, yeah, now he's got his doubts about Baofeng because, they didn't warranted him and he bought radios and, it was like $50, and to me, I'm just like, okay. So I was telling him to look up Retivis Direct because they have some radios. I want it's like $56 for some MERS. And if that doesn't work, I'll buy some others. Well, then I literally talked to some people about some. He's got the Baofeng UVR 5s. Well, there's the Retivis RT5Rs, which is the same thing as that, right? It's made by the same company. So I said to Higgins the other day, you if you buy those UVI FARVs, you can't literally see what happened was apparently the radio companies literally got um fined by the FCC because someone is using the radio for GMRS, FRS, and the transceiver is designed for ham. So basically, without a license, blah, blah, blah. They're saying license free, and then people are using them. And then so then the for what I gathered, the radios were, so there's like this big thing where you have to make a modified Gen 3, which basically it does all this crap. You can use it to program, but you can't literally use it to push to talk without a license or whatever. So, and then it's talking about, apparently it had to do with like someone was using a FRS radio, it's like he was using a Baofeng or some stupid thing. If I read correctly, it was like 10 watts. And that was a violation by the manufacturer's own thing. So, it was, so I told Higgins, you can either trust Retivis, you could trust um Retivis, you could trust Baofeng, you can trust, to me, I find these radios to be most interesting because, when you buy something, people say to me, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this radio, it's $30," and then, it's like 8 watt, 10 watt GMRS, but you have to have a license, people are like, "Oh, it's a great radio," and et cetera, et cetera. And to me, I'm just like, cool, but if you see one that says two-way radio ham, that means it's a ham radio, which means, it's just ham, If they don't put ham, then you gotta be careful, But to me, I thought it was funny because, you have all these people, buying radios and chargers and everything else. If they don't have a license, then people are, that's why they, someone was telling me, "Oh, you got to do this and do that if you don't want to get caught." And then they said, "Oh, well, you can't do that," But if you look at a lot of these companies that's selling Belfang, it's a company that Higgins came across the other day. Like I was just looking at this, and it says ships from Amazon, 8 watt max power, you know, and UVI 5, you know. So it's funny, So you see all these things, and they give you like all these goodies and stuff, and you pay a nice paltry sum. But is it really worth it, when you know. So I was joking with Higgins the other day about you know, making sure you get the right company that sells them. Because I think I was talking to him about two radios in particular I thought was funny, And it was funny because it was like funny. And he was like, wow. And I was like, yeah. And he, like there's a 15-watt handheld that can get repeaters, but a lot of people, I think it was this one I was thinking. No, I don't think it was this one. Anyways, there was like something. I don't remember where it was, but it might have been, it was just, I don't remember what the price was. It could have been discontinued, but it was funny, So all these people, they're saying stuff like, Higgins, shut up about my hair, okay? Higgins emailed me and said something about my hair. Look, I brushed my hair. I didn't brush it this morning, okay? So my knots are out, okay? Thing is, when Chloe leaves, I'll go see a hair salonist. The reason is that they charge $80. All I want is my split ends cut, and that's it. The split ends cut, that would help out immensely. Plus, the fact I don't get a bath but every week. A lot of people don't understand I don't get a bath because Master gets their bath every fucking day. When Master leaves, I could probably have a bath every day and not worry about anything. There's nothing that says, why don't you shave your head today? Give yourself a fucking flat top, Higgins, or buzz cut to military handling. That'd look good for you because you know what? I'm not getting rid of it. My hair is mine, all right? There's people that email me every day saying, Rita, you have a great set of hair. Gorgeous, great hair. I'm not going to go and basically turn around and pull my hair out, okay? Anyways, there was this 2 radios I was thinking of. I can't remember the brand names. I'll look it up real quick again. Anyways, but Higgins, he's just like, the hair. Yeah, I don't care, It was like, is this what it is or something? No, guess it isn't this. Maybe it was this. No, I remember seeing it somewhere, and I was like, oh, that looks cool, No. Maybe it's in my list. I just can't remember where it is, Let me see. Is it under Retivus or is it Baofeng? Because I have 2 links. I could see where it is. No, it doesn't look like it's this one maybe? No, that's the RV5. That's what we were talking about. We were joking about the RV5. I think it was Baofeng. I remember I was showing Higgins the other day and we were both chuckling about it, Like, can you believe this? And he's like, oh, it's like a newer version of his radio, but it was like a limited edition radio type. And I was joking with him about it, I made a GMRS list, or, radio list too, GMRS and FRS. But I think it was under Baofeng, because I was telling him, I want to get some CB radios, but, thing is I'm grateful I got rid of that one radio, because those radios, they weren't going to basically be they were not going to be repaired. That let me see if I can find it for you guys. Is this it? Merkit. Yeah, here it is. Here's the one. It's called the Merkit, right? It's called the Merkit version. Production Baofeng Merkit. That's what it was. It was like Merkit edition. It's basically a Baofeng, and it's like Merkit edition. That's what it was. I was like, that looks cool, Merkit edition. Yeah, it was like $40. So that's what it was. And then I was looking at another one. I think it was called like the Kush version or something, I just don't remember what it was. I came across it by mistake, but it was like the Kusha version or something. There's the Merkit edition, and then there was the Crush edition or something. I think it was like Crush edition or something. It was pretty interesting. I was like, oh, look at that. They got these limited edition radios. I just can't remember what it was. I think if I scroll down, it'll have like the Crush edition too. Yeah, is this it? Nope. It was like Crusher Mush Edition or something. I could probably Google something edition and I'll pull it up, but still, it's funny, you know. Let me look. BAO Fang edition. Yeah, let's see. There's the Mer kit. The Mer kit. I guess they sold out of the Crush edition. I thought it was Crush edition or something. Yeah. It was funny because I saw it and I was like, that's interesting. There's a Mer kit edition and then there's a Crush edition, you know. But if you look for it, you can't find it, you know. Let me look and see if I can find it real quick. It was like Crush Edition. It was like called the Crush Edition, you know. UV5X. I think that's what it was. The UV5X. Let me look that up. UV5X. I think that's what it is. UV5X. Let me look. Yeah, Higgins and I were talking about it. Was like GMRS. And to me, I'm like, you know, you can't trust buying one of those because, is this it? Yeah, oh, improved by U Rush. So it's the U Rush edition. That's what it was. U Rush, you know. Yeah, the U Rush edition. That's what it was right there. U Rush. Yeah. So, you know, people are like, oh, yeah, you know, and, you know, it says UV Rush edition. That's what it was. UV Rush, you know, but still, it was funny, you know. UV5X. Get a pair of them for 60. And Higgins is like, oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah, if you want to use it. But with the look of the draw, you know, it's like, I don't know. I have no clue. But, you know, it's funny. But right now, we don't need to focus on wasting money on radios that may or may not work. Excuse me while I use the restroom and I'll continue. Hey, man, what's up? Hi, how you doing, baby? Oh, you're loved, aren't you? Come here, give me a hug. You're more loving than Higgins. Come here. Oh, yeah, I love my little Shih Tzu Havanese. Lots of doggy. No, you got the perfect temperature, too. Temperament, too. What's up, huh? You get your daily meds today, huh? Want to make sure you're feeling better, huh? How's your breathing, huh? Little allergies, huh? Oh, yeah. Here you go. I love mommy. She always gives me hugs and kisses. I love mommy. I love mommy, Rita. That's what the call from yesterday. Regarding some e-bikes that are stolen. One was recovered, one is still missing. The manager of the business has information regarding the serial number for the missing bike. Hey, man. The plan is we see what's going on. I think the door is opening and the tail wagging. Okay, so hold on. What do we got in here?
Let's bring it over here. Out of the way. I get the water. That's it. I'll take some oranges. I'm sure those.
Baby oranges. I'm taking the water for myself.
Okay.
So apparently these are orange flavored waters. I think grapefruit and tangerine waters. All right, peeps, you guys get to see. Hey, I see Higgins is here. Oranges. They gave us a bag of oranges. What else they gave? More cereal.
Oh yeah, I got eggs here. Hot dogs. You got more perishables in here. Hot dogs. That's delicious.
And there's the vegan burgers.
Plant-based burgers. All we need is hamburger buns. So no pork chops. Figures. Well, that's fine. Get some eggs, some hot doggies, vegan burgers. Got more vegan burgers. And some milk. I need to get some milk anyway for my coffee. So, is that everything? Milk? Prepared food? Let's see. And then they decided to give us a bag of potatoes, I see. These potatoes are onions. Sweet potatoes. Praise the Lord, we got milk, everyone. Oh, yeah. Is there anything else they gave us?
Soup cans. I got tomato soup. Campbell's soup. I'm taking the chili.
You're always taking the chili.
I like the chili, but
Then she complains to everyone, oh, I got so much problem with my tum tum.
Hey, want chili? Take it.
I don't want the chili. The only reason why you take the chili is you put it on your damn hot dogs, it seems.
I'm having potatoes and jalapenos tonight.
Potatoes now, what? Sweet potatoes?
Right, the regular russets are in there.
Yeah, well, good for the russets.
Well, not sweet, but
Milk and coffee, people. Okay, let's see what else they have. I know Chloe just blocked my office with more canned goods. Let's see. Okay, so we've got Kirkland Bio Water and a fruit cocktail. Guess you'll give me that, maybe.
You got sodas in there. Something like sodas. You got some similar sodas in there. Put them in. I think I put them in there.
Yeah, put them next to the coffee pot. All right, drink them up. Drink the mushroom.
Yes.
Jalapenos, corn. This wild caught salmon. What up? Tuna. Cream of mushroom. Black eyed peas. Peanut butter, jalapenos, onions, potatoes, and salted butter. Salted butter for my popcorn. There you go. Looks like this is all we got. So one thing of salted butter, everyone, for my popcorn. Everything else is, well, if you didn't need to know, they gave us a bag of oranges, satsumis, the little baby oranges, and a butter, salted butter. So I'll have some popcorn tonight again. Yes, so here is our service for this week's food bank run. So let's go over the food bank. Maybe free food, but it's not good food when they give you an orange. I'm going to try the orange. I'm going to try orange. They gave us a bag of these. These little sweet little oranges. Yep. So. I'm not a fucking turtle, you son of a bitch. Only turtle I see is you. Me? I'm a fucking angry, vicious, fucking polar bear. So get in line, honey badger. Now. So apparently the food bank wants to give us more fresh fruits. Guess it's springtime, so they think it's orange time. So a bag of these, I wonder where they come from, actually. I heard they come from Japan, but I'm not certain. I'll find out where they are in a minute. Maybe they came from Venezuela. But I love these little mini oranges. Always have. You know, these are one of my favorite oranges in the world. Let's test them out. So we got distributed by Sun Bakersfield mandarins. So these are 5 pounds of mandarins from California. Oh, you know what? I'm glad to eat them too. Sometimes a healthy lunch is what you need, people. Oh yeah. Get a hell of one of these. Healthier than Higgins sausages. Of course, they gave us vegan burgers this week. I had 2. They ran out of everything because Chloe went late again. But I can't complain. I'll get some more. Yum. There's enough potatoes for her, not for me. That's all right. I got oranges. Mine. Get your own damn oranges. Oh, well, you gotta share. Oh, no. They're mine. I don't see you sharing much, so let me eat my damn oranges. You see? I'm gonna grab me another one. It's so damn tasty. A lot of people say to me, Rita, how come you like those little oranges? I don't know, but I can buy them in the you know what? I should go by the store one of these days and buy some of these fresh mandarins. Yeah. At least my cousin Dinky's gonna sit there. You know what? The funniest thing I bet is Zoe's probably watching this saying, oh my God, Rita's eating fresh fruit. Fresh fruit, yeah. You get your orange juice all in one. Yeah, and these mandarins, the best. Wonder if you can buy mandarins on Amazon by the bulk. Probably can't because they don't have fresh. But oh my God, this is so heaven. Maybe I'll see if Chloe's out at the Walmart. Maybe she can find me a bag or 2 of mandarins. With my luck, she'll be like, you gotta share them. No, they're mine. I like. Delicious. I wonder, can bunnies eat oranges? I'm probably saying no because of the acids, but still, it'd be interesting to know if a bunny can eat a mandarin or a piece of mandarin. Let's look. Let's see. Once in a while, I do like to give my child a treat. Can bunnies eat mandarin? Oh, see, there you go. Ebo, I got this mandarin I'm peeling. I'm going to give you a piece. Yes, you deserve a piece of orange like me. One of the mandarin slice for you. for you. Apparently it'll improve your health, little guy. Look at him. You see him in the corner there? Here, try this. This is your first time trying a mandarin. Eat up, bub. Mm. Mm. Oh, yeah. That was a delicious snack. I'll take those pork chops out tonight. Let me see. 308. Yep, Higgins finally did his job. He shared with me what I need to get. That's what I'll get then. Thank you, Higgins. We've already discussed the shampooer, so it's good to go. He emails me again talking about save the orange peels. Well, you do know the bunny can eat orange peels too. So. Guess he'll get used to the mandarin when he wants it. So, anyways, is there anything else we could talk about today? Or shall I go and have Chloe give me the phone and have Higgins call me so we can discuss the next ideas for purchases? Yeah. I want to talk to Higgins about radios. I want to talk to Higgins about Murr radios, Retivus radios, Baofeng radios, scanners, journals. We got to get everything signed and tied up by Monday. So Higgins gets paid by Monday morning. So we have to make sure we have everything watertight. So I want to make sure everything's in Higgins' court. And then we start with a new project, which I need to talk to Higgins about for May, which is going to be really interesting because I'll be leaning on Higgins more as a brother because Chloe won't be around. So we're going to have to replan and prep a little differently. So let me wash my hands. Send Higgins an email. I'll get my game up and running soon. Here? That's it. Funny, man. I thought these were jalapenos. No, those are jalapenos. Okay, cool. Thanks. We'll try these. Unbox. Anyway. I don't know. Okay, peeps. So, got my cucumbers. Apparently, Chloe got that. I got some water. I don't know what this is. Chloe claims it's soda. I'm going to look at it closely real quick. This is Bee Goat beverage. It says it's a functional beverage, bee goat cascara, grapefruit tangerine, 25 calories, 200 oats. So a reason it's got caffeine. So it's like a soda, but it's a caffeine drink. I guess I could try this tomorrow morning while I'm having my coffee brewed. So, anyways, for all of you out there, been on here too long. Let me just see if Tildor commented. No, he did not. So, I'm gonna get off here in a second. Need to call Higgins and get my game started. So I'm gonna email Higgs. We're gonna have to discuss some stuff. I also gotta get Chloe off her butt on a couple projects too. So I got a couple questions anyways, but anyways, I'm gonna email Higgs real quick. There we go. Got some business. All right, so got a lot of business to discuss and very little time to do it in. So I want to get some more coffee. I want to log off, and I want to I'll make you another update video tonight before I go to movie time. So in the meantime, please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestion, hit the like, subscribe button. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe button. Keep the comments nice. All we ask. Thank you. God bless you and everything you do.